So, there's this principle in psychology called principle of commitment. And there's actually been a lot of research done about this. It basically works like this. The idea is that if you publicly commit yourself to doing something, it actually improves in a kind of strange way how well you actually end up doing on that task. So for example, they've done studies where they've gotten people to publicly commit to losing weight, compared with people who don't publicly commit to losing weight. The people who made that public commitment actually ended up doing a lot better than the people who didn't commit publicly to losing weight. And you can understand why this is true, right? If I tell all my friends, hey, I'm gonna be losing a lot of weight this month, and then you don't, well, it's really embarrassing, right? It's like you're a liar. You didn't do what you said, so you're embarrassed, right? And to overcome that embarrassment, you try and put an extra effort to lose weight. Same reason why, if you're working out with a group and there's a teacher there who's watching you, you feel like, oh, I've got to put in more effort so that the teacher and the other students in the class don't think I'm a loser. So, with that in mind, I was thinking, at the time of this recording, I have a little over 2 million subscribers on YouTube. Wouldn't it be a crazy bit of commitment to say to all of my 2.2 million subscribers, hey guys, in the next 30 days, I am going to learn to speak Spanish. I am publicly committing myself to 30 days from now being able to have a legitimate, real conversation in Spanish, and to be able to make a full video, let's say 10 minutes long, 100% in Spanish. I actually recently did an experiment with Spanish, just memorizing a lot of vocabulary, but I don't really remember too much from that, and I've never actually spoken Spanish to anybody. So this is going to be going from zero, no Spanish, to in 30 days being able to have a real complex conversation with somebody in Spanish. The extent of my Spanish speaking abilities right now is hola, ¿cómo estás? Bien, ¿y tú? I can say me llamo Xiaomanyc. And I can say I hope my camera doesn't fall over given this high wind. That's not Spanish, but something I can say in English. And I'm gonna see if we can get from zero to full conversational Spanish abilities in 30 days. And that's my accountability, right? If I'm not able to do this in 30 days, it's gonna be, you guys will get it, maybe, but it's gonna be embarrassing. And what's worse is that for the next 30 days, I'm gonna be vlogging my experience, learning Spanish. I'm going to be producing videos in English, but also a Spanish version with Spanish subtitles. My Spanish right now isn't at a point where I can write Spanish subtitles, so I'll just be using a service that translates all the videos to Spanish. So that people who speak Spanish from around the world can come in and judge my Spanish ability. So I'm setting myself up potentially for a very embarrassing encounter, but the idea is that hopefully that fear of embarrassment will motivate me to study a little bit harder. Now, let's talk about how I'm gonna try to do this. It's gonna be a lot of work, but here's what I'm thinking. I've talked about how I like to learn languages before. The main thing I think you have to do to learn to speak a language well is speak. Bar none, that's what you have to do. So I'm gonna be spending most of my time studying Spanish just by speaking. There's two resources that I'm gonna use for that. One is called Baseline, which is a structured online curriculum where you just speak with tutors over and over again. The other one is a website I've used before in the past, I've talked about a lot, I really like. italki, which is just a website that lets you interact with tutors from around the world speaking a bunch of different languages. And then the third tool that I'm gonna use, something also I'm very excited about, is a little game called VR Chat, which is basically you get to interact with people from around the world in virtual reality. And it's one thing to just talk with tutors, but it's another thing to be able to actually take the language that you're learning and see if you can take it into actual real life Spanish speakers and see if you can interact with them. And then also, of course, I'm going to be using spaced repetition software, like flashcard software like Anki and Memrise to retain this vocabulary and grammar that I learn. Throughout this month, I'm going to be posting vlogs and stuff about how I learned Spanish, and so hopefully you Spanish speakers out there can enjoy these videos and give me some encouragement to keep learning Spanish, or you can just tell me how much my Spanish sucks as well if you prefer that. So obviously quarantine right now is really shitty, and I was trying to think of just something fun that I could do by myself for the comfort and safety of my own home to just try to improve something about myself in some small way, which is hopefully gonna result in me being able to speak Spanish at the end of 30 days. At least that's my commitment, so I'm very, very, very excited. One more thing I wanted to add, guys. If you live in or around New York City, I wanted to help my friends out at this amazing restaurant called Drinza Kitchen. This isn't a sponsorship or anything like that. I just really like the restaurant, and I know people who work there. So they're basically like a fast casual Chinese restaurant with really amazing, tasty, authentic, healthy Chinese food. They're doing this really amazing promotion right now where when you're getting food from the Drinza Kitchen website, you have the option of helping to donate meals to frontline healthcare workers who are doing such an amazing job right now and could totally use some fresh, tasty food. So anyway, I'm so excited and I'm really nervous, but I'm also super excited, and I really hope this type of video gives me, as well as all you guys, motivation to help in your own language learning goals. So whatever language that may be. So it's so windy. I'm so worried this camera it's gonna get blown over. Like, let me show you guys. It's just balanced precariously on the ledge of my fire escape right now, and like there's no ropes or anything, you know, tying it down. So I'm gonna take this camera in so it doesn't crash on the ground, and I'll see you guys very soon. I'm so excited to learn Spanish, and vamos, let's go. Yeah, okay, let's go, guys. Let's go learn some Spanish. All right, see you guys very soon. Bye bye.